Catherine Miranda from South Phoenix, who also, I believe, is a governing board member in Roosevelt, or has been. And then the ad hoc committee, as usual, there are individuals who are also not legislators, it looks like. We have people from Arizona Department of Education, the governor's office, we have various others, someone from PB, USD, so that's the other thing that's going on.
Yeah, I think the main purpose is to have a public conversation about the value of data in education, and I think some of their goals would be, this wasn't formalized, but just in conversations with them in the past, if we're going to have education policy, they want to make sure that that policy is matched against some sort of data so that you know if it's successful or not, so we don't have 1,000,001 bills being run through the House with no measure of what it's for. So I think that they want to just build this, a public conversation, put things on the record about why we use data in education policy.
And I think from our standpoint in Creighton, it would be very interesting with all that we've done with West Ed and the Yellow Center to see what the outcomes are and to compare our students versus others in surrounding districts.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
So I wanted to add a legislative update. There is ongoing conversations about once a month on, there's a joint legislative study committee on unification and consolidation. They meet tomorrow. What their focus is creating a process whereby, I guess, depends on who you define it, but either parents or governing boards or districts or schools that want to seek out unification or consolidation, that they have an opportunity to do so. They're not really looking at a mandate for all districts, but considering there are a number of people who are trying to do it and running up against obstacles, having public conversations about what are those obstacles and how to proceed. So that is ongoing. And that's not a conversation we've had since I've been on this board for Creighton, but nevertheless, they're in the process of creating something that if we had ever wanted to do that, there would be a clean way to do it.
But there presumably would not be any financial incentives as there used to be once upon a time.
Well, I don't know why you would presume that. They've talked about it.
But they have. Okay. I presume that there's never anything financial that's positive coming from the state.
Yeah. Well, this is a study committee that will make recommendations. It's not up for a vote. Their directive is by the end of this year to have legislative recommendations to present to the full legislature and the governor. Some of the things they've considered are financial incentives, just who in fact this would impact. So maybe what are the triggers that would say you should get consolidated or be unified. But it's mostly about these are districts, there are some that have wanted to do it and they haven't had a lot of success because there's conflicting statutes on how to proceed. So they're talking about it. I guess that would be, if that makes the final cut, then up to the legislature, where we could presume it wouldn't happen, but that's definitely something they're talking about.
Okay, thank you. Can I have a motion, please?
Future agenda.
Oh, future agenda items. I'm ahead of myself. I'm running ahead this week.
I was going to add a future agenda item.
That's a good one.
I actually would like to add a future agenda item. I have corresponded recently with Brooke Tolles-Johnson, who is the regional director of the Central Phoenix First Things First Regional Partnership Council, which is really a lot to say. I checked her availability. She is available the first meeting in December. I think that's the 6th. I thought it would be nice to hear an update of what they are doing for children aged 0 to 5 in our community.
I noticed their commercials lately.
Yeah.
I It's been approximately 1 year since we've gotten board docs. I know some people don't enjoy them that great, rather than the getting the binders and all this other good stuff. And I was wondering if they're fiscally responsible board docs, if we've been saving money, basically. It doesn't need to be an agenda item, it could be an update in our board bulletin. If we could have, I don't want it down to the penny or anything like that, but generally how much paper we haven't we used with the person delivering that has been cut out. They don't have to deliver the binders to our houses and things like that, versus how much we're spending for this year's board docs for the program. And time, of course, so this time compiling all this and the other people's times.
I was hoping we can put on November 1st, follow-up to the conversations we've had in the past about the governing board acknowledging our student success and teacher and principal success. We've had conversations about what that might look like, but we haven't moved forward with anything, so I think November 1st would be a good time to get going.
May I add that I have talked to Dr. Spiller and she was preparing for that.
Thank you.
I would like for us to actually review the naming policy on November 1st as well.
I'm sorry, the what policy?
The naming of facilities policy, let's finally get that thing
Okay.
squared away
When,
on the 1st of November. Since we look kind
I
of
think
busy
that
on
had
the
also been
18th.
listed as something for the study session, the winter study session, just FYI, I don't know if you want to.
No, I want to do it now.
Okay.
It's already on there. I have to do this even though it's already on there?
Well, it's already on there.
Keep for the next one. I've never filled one of these out yet.
In terms of scheduling on Dr. Boyle, I had asked that we have a future agenda item on our high school alignment. When do you think we would be in a position to do that?
The person who would hold the information together would be Dr. Spiller. So we will talk to her this week. And you have information on a half sheet for us, right? On the criteria, et cetera, for them.
I submitted something.
Yes, so Nova has it.
Yeah.
Okay, good. We'll
Yeah, I just don't want to get, sometimes they linger and they to be determined, and that one is, to me, more important than some others.
Okay, good. And I'm not sure if it's on there, but I think Dr. Spiller is ready to bring information on pay for performance, the yearly work that the committee does, and I think she was going to be ready for that on November 1st. So that and student recognition. And we'll check with her in the next day or so on the alignment piece.
thank you. Okay, anything else?
I move we adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. We adjourn.